And a good morning to everyone. Already Tuesday as we go into this week. Not much left of September. We're headed for October. Time is flying as we head toward this. This is the official last day of summer. Tomorrow will be the official start of fall. If I'll check my calendar, I'll make sure of that. But I think that's what we've got. So off we go into a new season. It's always fun to see them come. Before long, we'll be decorating Christmas lights. Getting ready to drive out to Minnebucket Road to see all those lights. See Dr. Mason's house. That's coming before you know it. But it's always good to see. I'm excited over it, and, well, I hope you are too. If this is your first time watching, thank you. Enjoy that. We'll give you a little look at the forecast and other things that are going on across the nation. Still this morning, the headlines everywhere is all about Gabby and the location of where the boyfriend is. The search is on. The autopsy is going on the body that they have. I think we all presume that it's her. It's a bad ending to all of this. So where's the boyfriend? That is the main thing as they look for him. We'll give you the updates on all that of what we've got coming up at 8 a.m. I hope you'll come back and join us for that. Also coming December, the Supreme Court of the United States will hear the first abortion case out of Mississippi. Will it change Roe versus Wade? That's the big question. That's coming December the 1st to the Supreme Court. We'll watch that carefully also and let you know what becomes of that. That's going to be a precedent, I think, for everybody to follow. We'll see what happens with that. So that's coming up. We'll keep you posted on all that. Also this morning, I put this on Facebook last night. How do you feel about land taxes going up there? Millage is going up. We'll talk about that in detail this morning at 8 o'clock. Join us. Candace is back in the studio today. We'd love to have you a part of it. Let's see. Robin Morris, good morning to you from Highway 82 in the Starkville area. Hope everything's good in Stark Vegas up there this morning. I want to say it's a little south of you there, but Starkville a little west of you there. If you're getting ready to go somewhere, a lot of fog just to the west of the city limits of Starkville. We'll look at the radar here in just a moment and show you that. So no matter where you're going there, be careful this morning. Out to the east of you is what I was going to say. Right across that Bama line, we got some showers. 50% chance of rain today. Make sure you got an umbrella. For the most part, it'll be a great-looking day, but 50% chance of showers late this afternoon. And then after today, it's going to get very nice. I'm kind of excited about that. We'll have a couple of 70-degree days, nighttime lows. Wow, we're going to get into that extended forecast in a moment. But it is that time of year, or at least this week anyway, that we're going to get into the 50s at nighttime. That just feels good. Parts of northern Alabama, we'll get some 40-degree weather. That's coming. So I like that. I think you do too. But we'll get back into the 80s a little bit, but not too high, not too bad at all. So let's head to radar this morning and take a look at what we've got going on and show you where everything is and what's active today. As we switch over to radar, we pull up and we do have, if you'll see these yellow blotches everywhere that look like this is fog as we stare at this. Dothan, Alabama. For whatever reason, if you're watching in Dothan and those areas across lower Alabama, as they call it, L.A., there's some serious fog there. As we look at Louisiana, Beaumont, Texas, Victoria, Texas out there, been through there, some heavy fog there. As we dig into this in Mississippi, we look at this just north of Hattiesburg. Here in the Ellisville area. If you're down there this morning, a lot of fog also as we switch over and move to Mount Horeb, Mississippi. Some fog there. Also down here in the southwest corner here in Poplarville, a lot of fog. As we go up, as I mentioned a moment ago, here into the Starkville area, right there, it's creeping in on Starkville. Most likely some fog around you, Sturgis, Ackerman a lot. Here's the city limits. This is showing the heaviest, but it is most likely already there in the to some degree in the Starkville area. So be careful there. As we set out to the east of there, we've got showers as you come up here north of Tuscaloosa and northern Mississippi, right at the tip top there. We look at this in Lone Pine, Mississippi. Full of fog this morning as you look at that in Crow, Mississippi. First time I've heard of Crow, Mississippi. So if you're in those areas this morning, some fog there. As you look at this, the heaviest of rain, we've got some areas of this across the state. Fayetteville, Arkansas, full of rain this morning as you go northeast of there into Springville, Missouri. You get over here to Charleston, West Virginia, Roanoke, Asheville, showers this morning. Nothing too heavy. That's our biggest shower activity there there. And off the coast of Savannah, a lot of showers this morning also. But locally, as you get back into this in Mississippi, we're all clear. Look at this. As you start at Meridian all the way to Jackson to Vicksburg, it looks good. Southward into Clark County. Yeah, all the way to the coast, no rain on that. As you go northward there, as we showed a moment ago, through the Mississippi Delta and on up through Tupelo, no rain at all to Memphis, Jackson, Tennessee. All of that looks good. But, again, as we mentioned a few moments ago, there is that chance that we'll get into some showers later in the afternoon. Getting my fog and rain mixed up, aren't I? So that's the way that's shaping up for later on today. All right, let's flip-flop and get into some weather forecast for you to let you know exactly what's going to happen today.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
As we dig into the forecast, as we go back to 1925, it was 99 degrees upon this date. A big old warm one for us. That record low in 1899, and of course there's 2 nines there that I just noticed. It was 45 degrees back in 1899. So a cooler day back then. We're not going to break any records today with that. As we move forward and we look across of what can happen today, the northern part of the state has a bigger chance of heavier rain from Yazoo, Vicksburg, up through Greenwood and Euphoria. Louisville also in that area there that could get more rain. About 88 is what we're looking for through the Louisville, Noxapater area. As you get down to Philadelphia, the rain chances start lightening up. As you get to Meridian, it is. And then south of Hattiesburg, a little bit better there. But we'll see 87 in Meridian today. As we move across the Bama state line and take a look at what we've got here, Tuscaloosa, 86, 85 Demopolis. We're looking at about 86 there in Livingston, Alabama. Anniston, about 85. And then as you get down to Troy and Dothan, about 87 degrees this morning. Chance of those thunderstorms in the afternoon as well through most of Alabama. A little bit lighter chance as you get down there toward the Dothan area. So better chance for them. As we look at heat stress, now, although we're only hitting 87 on the thermometer out to the way, and it will be warm from time to time. It was that way Saturday. It started off really cool. The temperature never got hot, but that heat index was just kind of stuffy. Well, we're going to have that again today. As you get just west of Jackson and between there and Vicksburg, beginning at around 11 until about 5 o'clock this afternoon, expect those heat indices, or heat index as we call it here in the deeper south, to be about 105. So it'll be warm, although it'll hit those temps of 90 over here. Be ready for those to feel a lot worse than it really is there. And again, that's the west side of the state and on into Arkansas. As you look at this in Louisiana and those areas down through there, around Natchez and west, as you're heading out that direction there. As we look at what is going on with the tropics. Now, we've got Peter and we've got Rose. Both of these are tropical storms. This is what we want to watch. Really undetermined. 30% chance here. And we're going to look here in just a second at the spaghetti models, and not really a lot that you can tell. It could still go either way. Now, as we look at what's going on with Tropical Storm Peter, it's going to hook back to the right and not be a threat to the United States in these areas. That's good news. As we also look at Rose, Pete Rose is just staying away. It's going to take a hard hook to the right and stay away. Now, let's go to radar at this point. Let's flip back over here and take a look at what we've got going on as we track this stuff. And let me turn on the tropics so we can look at this a lot better. Let's pull up radar now, and we get over here and follow this. And again, this is going to be Peter. This is going to be Rose as they both hook away from the United States. You'll see that. Now, this is what we're watching here. This is an 80% chance right off the coast of Africa. It really hasn't determined, starting to show that it may hook and stay in the Atlantic instead of coming to this direction. We hope that it stays away and just kind of floats around the ocean. Still a few of these models that show that it could still come toward the U.S. We'll watch it, but starting to see a little bit more of the activity take a right turn. We expect this over the next couple of days to become a tropical storm or tropical depression. Hasn't made it there quite yet. Still something to watch, though. And we'll stay on that. And again, all of this preliminary. Hadn't made up its mind yet. But watching that, again, 80% chance. And you'll see that happen over the next couple of days. We will know exactly what it's going to do and when it becomes a tropical depression and which direction it's going to be doing. Now, as we talked about temperatures, always we like to know what's going to happen. What's tomorrow? What's it going to do in the next 10 minutes? Always very hard to determine in the deep south across Mississippi and Louisiana and Alabama exactly what the weather's going to do over the next 10 minutes. As we pull this up and we look at here, The outlook for the next 10 days shows that here where we are across most of Mississippi is going to be normal temperatures. Out to the east, and this is where I mentioned here where they may get some 40s up here in the next couple of days here. Below average there as it becomes cooler in those areas. Above average out to our west, always warm in those areas. Texas and those areas there. The northeast, pretty much normal this time of year. All right, let's look at the forecast of our 7 days of what is expected, of what's going to be going on. As we look at this today, we have a slight chance of showers between now and 11. Then that 50% chance of rain will move in after lunchtime. Mostly sunny, a high of about 87 today, 87, 86. My radar system is going to call it 86. The National Weather Service is going with 87. The rain chances will increase tonight to an 80% chance of showers before midnight and then kind of fade away. And then we start getting kind of gusty, about 20-mile-an-hour gust overnight. And that will linger with us through tomorrow. But as it blows in tomorrow, the rain chances pretty much just disappear. It's down to a 10% chance. The high tomorrow, only 76. And look at this nighttime low tomorrow night. We're down to 53. It's going to be cool and crisp as we move into Thursday. Sunshine, 74, and then we're down to 51. It's just really hard to beat that. As we close out the week, it'll be the work week, rather, 76, low down to 53 there. Now, over the weekend, a tad bit warmer, but boy, you can't beat 80-degree weather. Now, if you're going to be out planting, bush hogging, taking care of anything for deer season, this is a great weekend to get all of that done. High of 80 on Saturday, 82 on Sunday as we head off to church, and 0% chance of rain. Nighttime's lows still in the 50s, 55, 57, 59, staying below that 60-degree mark. That is extremely hard to beat this time of year. I like it. September ending on a good note so far. As we jump ahead for another week, let's go all the way to October 5th. We don't really get over it any time. Well, Tuesday the 28th, we jump up to about 84, and then we're back down to some 70s. And by the 5th, we're still hovering at 79 to 80 as we go into that first week of October. Not bad at all. So a lot to watch as we get into October here. It's starting to fall season. Again, today, officially the last day of summer. We'll bring in tomorrow with fall. Boy, oh boy. Let's say some good mornings to a few folks that are up and stirring today. James Sullivan, how are you today? Good morning. Also, John Etheridge up on Highway 496. Glad to have you there. Bree Packer, Linda Culpepper. Also, Charlotte Gray watching from the big city of Philadelphia. Hey, hope everything's good up there in the fair city. Connie Johns is up, and I mentioned Robin Morris up in Starkville. Also, Terry Ray, Lamar Hembry representing Kemper County. Miss Joyce Stamper, morning to you. Laura Todd Lee, good morning. Also, Alicia Fisher is up, and along with Donna Roseman and Sandy White. Hope you're doing well also. A lot of good things. Again, I invite you to come back here in just a little over an hour and 15 minutes, something like that. We'll be back live. Candace is in the studio today, and we'll go on what's going on locally, talk about all of that, and we'll talk about those national headlines too, and get your day started right. Join us. Beginning at 8, we'll be here. Big thank you to all the folks that help us out each day and sponsor this. And, of course, we couldn't do it without good folks like the Freeman Tractor bunch. If you hadn't been by in a while to visit them, they'll certainly take care of you there. If you're looking for a tractor, a lawnmower, as the season winds down, sometimes your lawnmower just doesn't make it there. And Freeman Tractor's got plenty of the X marks. They're getting a new shipment of the Skag in, one of the best lawnmowers that you'll run across. #1 brand in America. Affordable. They'll help you out there, and financing available as well. Complete line of those cab tractor. You like those. That air conditioner keeps the bees away from you when you're bush hogging. Very important there. Now, if you're looking for attachments, they got plenty of that also from front end. Those are great. Galvanized bush hogs. We even get into all of the discs and things that you may need for deer season this year to fix your roads with blades, forks, picking up things in the benchy. Made in Texas. Yeah, you can get 0% interest up to 60 months. Talk to them about that. You can order these with cab and air. They got several different models to choose from. Colors. See them. That's the benchy. You'll see them there at Freeman Tractor in any part that you may be looking for. They'll order it for you. They were in the middle of that yesterday afternoon. See them at Freeman Tractor. They'll help you there. Highway 494, Sicalina. That's where they call home. Call them at 626-8759. Again, thank you all for dropping by and spending a few moments with me today. And I'll see you very soon as we'll get ready to kick off the morning show. Thanks, and we'll be back here in just a moment.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by